Hey Cowboys Nation, let's go for another round of news from America's team. Watch until the end so you don't miss any news and sign up to stay tuned for everything that comes out about the Cowboys. Cowboys fans get big Micah Parsons injury update. The Dallas Cowboys may have an 8-3 record, but many feel they still have more to prove in terms of being a legitimate Super Bowl contender. On Thursday, they will host the Seattle Seahawks, a team that is just 6-5 but must be taken seriously, as it is fighting to hold on to a wild card playoff spot in the NFC. Star pass rusher Micah Parsons, arguably the Cowboys' most valuable defensive player, had an illness recently, but per Adam Schefter, he was a full participant in practice on Wednesday and is expected to play on Thursday. Parsons, who is in his third season, seems to be having his best year yet with 11.5 sacks, 23 quarterback hits, and 13 tackles for loss through 11 games. He was named to both the Pro Bowl and All-Pro First Team in both of his first two seasons, and most consider him to be the current frontrunner for the Defensive Player of the Year award. Dallas is one of the NFL's best defensive teams, as they rank 4th in points allowed, 3rd in total yards allowed, and 2nd in passing yards given up. With star cornerback Trevon Diggs out for most of this season, they may have a hole in their secondary, and the Seahawks, with their solid wide receiver duo of DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett, will look to expose that hole. Seattle quarterback Geno Smith, who had a surprisingly sensational year in 2022, has fallen back to earth, and Parsons will be looking to make him eat dirt on Thursday. Cowboys Pro Bowl target aiming for NFC East, bidding war. It remains to be seen what will happen with free agent linebacker Shaquille Leonard, who visited the Cowboys on Tuesday, November 28 as both sides attempted to feel each other out about what kind of fit Leonard would have in Dallas. Leonard met with owner and GM Jerry Jones, among others, then moved on to Philadelphia, for a meeting with the Eagles. Ultimately, it is likely to be the weekend before Leonard makes up his mind on where he is going to go after his stunning release from the Colts last week. Just how much Leonard will be able to contribute remains a question, because he has seen limited snaps in his return from a back surgery that he had last year, one which wound up keeping him out for all but 3 games. He had a concussion in 2022 as well. But there is now doubt that Leonard is looking to maximize the situation. He is only 28 years old and wants to land with a team that gives him a chance to win in the short term and to land a major long-term deal, as well. What Leonard wants, according to ESPN insider Dan Graziano, is a bidding war for his services, and if he could get that between NFC East rivals like Dallas and Philadelphia, all the better. Intra-division, bidding war, is the goal. Here's what Graziano had to say about Shaquille Leonard's chances of landing in Dallas, after Leonard failed to agree to a contract with the Cowboys this week. The Cowboys didn't get a deal done with free agent linebacker Shaquille Leonard when he was in their facility Tuesday, but that doesn't mean they won't eventually do one. Dallas wanted to get him in the building, assess where he is health-wise and talk to him about role and fit. Leonard, as I understand it, wants to assess his options and secure the best possible deal, as anyone in his position would. So this is something that could still take a few days. The fact that Leonard then went on to visit the Eagles is certainly noteworthy, and, Graziano implied, shrewd. What better way to make the Cowboys overpay for one's services than to get the Eagles involved? Leonard is also set for a visit with the Eagles, per ESPN's Adam Schefter, Graziano wrote, and from Leonard's standpoint, that would be a dream come true. A bidding war between division rivals for his services. So we'll see in the next couple of days how serious Philly is and if anyone else reaches out. But it's still entirely possible he ends up a Cowboy. Shaquille Leonard would have a surefire role with Cowboys. In his 6-year NFL career, Leonard made 3 All-Pro teams and 3 Pro Bowl teams before having back surgery last year. This season, in 9 games, Colts coaches were treating Leonard with kid gloves, playing him in 70% of the team's snaps. He had played in 93% or more of the Colts' snaps in the years before the back surgery. Leonard was not happy, according to ESPN, about being told he was being replaced on 3rd downs and, sometimes, on other downs, too. He would likely get more freedom from the Cowboys, who are hoping to replace Leighton Vander Esch, out for the rest of the year with a neck injury. That's when I kind of knew, and it sucked hearing that, Leonard said earlier this month. You're already not playing on third down, you're taking the reps on second down too? So it's very heartbreaking to get that, but it is what it is. Ultimately, Leonard and the Colts agreed upon a parting of the ways. Now, though, look for Shaquille Leonard to get the most out of his current opportunity. Dak Prescott turns heads with comment amid Cowboys win streak. Dak Prescott isn't satisfied during the Dallas Cowboys' current winning streak. Although Prescott has been the hottest quarterback in the NFL over the past several weeks, an 80.7 quarterback rating since Week 6, higher than any other passer, the 30-year-old quarterback says he hasn't proven anything during the Cowboys' 3-game winning streak. What I say to myself is, I haven't done said Prescott. You know what I mean? We're getting wins. That's what's most important. But the end of the day, we're trying to stack and keep growing this team to make sure that we're getting better each and every week. Prescott further elaborated on his surprising comments. No, it means I'm playing well. Simple as that. Not really, Prescott said, via Cherian Williams of Pro Football Talk. I'm about one goal, and it's a big team goal, and I know if my name's in there that means we're playing well. So, that's great, but at the end of the day, we're just trying to build. Being 8 years into this thing, it's about building and making sure we're getting better and better each and every week and getting hot right when we need to be. Why Dak Prescott isn't impressed by his own level of play? Prescott's answer isn't exactly surprising considering Dallas' ultimate goal is to win a Super Bowl. The 3 teams they've beaten during this winning streak, the New York Giants, Carolina Panthers and Washington Commanders, all have losing records and are not in position to make it to the playoffs this season. The combined records of those teams is 9-26. The Cowboys have been in this position before as a playoff team, having advanced to the postseason on 4 different occasions during Prescott's career. However, Dallas has never advanced past the divisional round of the playoffs under Prescott's lead and is 2-4 in the postseason during his career. When one considers that Dallas hasn't defeated a single team with a winning record this season, they lost both of their games against winning teams in the San Francisco 49ers and Philadelphia Eagles, it makes sense that Prescott would send such a strong message despite the team's 8-3 start and his strong play during the 2023 season. The good news is this: the Cowboys will face a ridiculously tough stretch to end the season, with their upcoming 5 games being against teams with at least a .500 record. After matching up against the Seattle Seahawks in Week 13, they'll have their rematch against Philadelphia in Dallas and face the Miami Dolphins in Week 16 and the Detroit Lions in Week 17 in 2 of their last 3 games of the season. While it's probably unlikely they catch the Eagles for the NFC East division lead, the Cowboys can go a long way towards proving to themselves that they can win games against the top teams in the NFL before the start of the playoffs. Aaron Rodgers says Dak Prescott has been playing an impressive way. Although Prescott may not be impressed by his own level of play, New York Jets quarterback Aaron Rodgers is. The 4-time NFL MVP has been sidelined since Week 1 due to an Achilles injury, and Prescott's level of play has caught his eye. He's playing the position in a really impressive way. I love the way he's playing, like really playing, said Prescott while appearing on the Pat McAfee Show on Tuesday, November 29th. I'm not talking about just making good throws. I'm talking about it seems more rare that guys are actually really playing the position, where you're making adjustments, you're handling everything at the line of scrimmage. Ellipsis. I love it. While Prescott's goal is clearly to win a Super Bowl, his level of play this season has made him an MVP candidate. A year after leading the league with 15 interceptions, despite playing in just 12 games,